Good afternoon, everyone. This is your weekly 49ers scouting session. We're your 49ers scouts, unofficially Grant Cohn, Jack Hammer, and all the other unofficial scouts have been looking at Justin Fields real closely, especially today because he had a pro day. And Jack, it seems like any quarterback who can roll left and throw deep against air is now a top 5 pick in the NFL. You might be able to do it. Maybe Uncle Rico could take a video of you. What do you think?
I think you're right. I think that's definitely what we need to do because if you look at these pro days, that's kind of what it's like, right? Uncle Rico next to that van, dropping back and firing shots all day long, and I'm sure he's able to make that throw as well. There is actually a clip of Fields making that throw in an actual game. But hey, you posted one of Kellen Mond doing the same thing, so that's annoying.
It's just so funny. Like that is the end all be all of scouting. Like all of a sudden, that's all you need to see. The roll left, throwing deep. Like that's a throw a guy makes maybe twice this season. Like that's going to determine whether he succeeds or fails in the NFL.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's all about these wild throws. That's what gets everybody excited. Nobody really seems to care about the down and down out play.
And that's why we're doing this today, because it feels to me like as the NFL becomes more and more lucrative and it becomes more and more of a quarterback-driven sport, the scouting of that position gets worse every year, and now it's just based on like one clip you see. So let's do the old school way. Let's go watch the coach's film, and we're going to watch one of Justin Fields' best games. He completes 85% of his throws 4 touchdown passes. This is Fields at his finest.
Yeah, it's really one of his better games of the season. His best game of the season was probably the season opener against Nebraska, but that's Nebraska. Nebraska wasn't very good at all. He's got Penn State here, and let's take a look at what he can do.
All right, let's check it out. Slow motion. Boom, here we go. All right. So this is going to be – let's see what he's got.
Let's jump to through the first 3 plays are all running plays. They come out here and they just gouge them on the run in the first series.
All right.
Yeah, and then they got this little play action. This is really a RPO on an out.
Right.
Nice easy throw to start the game. What gives it away for the RPO is that you see everybody blocking, even the tight end that slides out to the slot. You see him blocking down to get to the linebacker on if this had been a handoff. So
yes, that's run blocking.
Yeah, everything's run blocking on this one. There's a guy a little bit further out to the left there too that run blocks as well. So easy pitch and catch. Easy way to get the game started. Very similar to what we see pretty much with everybody. Trey Lance, they do this with him all the time as well.
Absolutely. All right, 1 for 1.
Yep, 1 for 1. That's we got a false start on this next one, so skip through that one. Yeah.
Empty formation all by himself. Here we go.
Yep, he's got the curl, and he's just late. This ball's late. When you watch it in the it's a completion, but this isn't a situation where he's reading it. Watch this guy. Look at this guy's making his cut. He's still looking at him. Watch where he throws. When he throws, Olave's running back towards him before this ball comes out of his hand.
Right. And if this were, say, Mac Jones, the ball would come out usually on time, meaning like now.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Why are you holding on? Why are you hitching and then holding? You should hit the top of your drop, boom, fire. So
you've got to know that guy's coming back at you. I mean, if you're reading it along with him, even if it's an option right, you should know where he's going.
And this is the kind of thing that translates to like lots and lots of plays every game. The roll left, throw deep is something that he may do once a year, but this is every drive, a little late. And this is the main reason one of the main reasons the Niners are moving on from Jimmy Garoppolo. Just a little late. Yeah,
and you see it on it with him. I understand that there's sometimes when he's got to wait for the route to declare, but there's times when he's late when that's not happening.
Right. One more time from the end zone. Completion 2 for 2.
Yep, 2 for 2.
And off.
The little run here on 3rd and 1 picks up the first down, gives him 1st and 10. And he misses a shot here. He's got the deep route wide open. He misses it and goes flat.
Oh boy. This is the kind of thing you can't see on television.
Yeah, he's got the blitz. The blitz is coming. He goes. It's almost like he just goes to his hot read. But the number 2 receiver is just wide open. He's open right now. There's no way that either of those guys are going to cover him.
Yeah.
Comes off. He gets this little underneath throw. So it's a completion. So when you look at the stat sheet, it looks good, right? He's got 75% completion, what have you. There's a missed throw here.
Yeah. What happens? Let's watch his head. I mean, it's a 4-man rush. Oh, there comes the blitz. He throws his hot route. Yep.
So, he just flat out misses the deep throw. That's the thing, right? When you watch film on Jimmy Garoppolo, the people that really nitpick Jimmy Garoppolo, myself and you included, this is the kind of stuff that we point out, and it's the same thing here with Justin Fields. He's got
It's like Kyle's scheming guys open. Jimmy Garoppolo is leaving points on the field. That's the problem. Well, yeah. And that's what people like. That's the issue. And you look at Ohio State quarterbacks' box scores, they all throw for 50 touchdowns a year. They all complete 70% of their passes. I mean, it all looks great on paper, but that's because everyone's open. And I mean, you see it here.
Yep. Yeah. It shows up here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going.
This got another pass play here. Now it's going to be 2nd and 3.
Okay.
This is a really nice throw, but this is a terrific ball. A little behind him, but that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to knock him too much. Olave makes a great
that's a great throw. Yeah, it's a great throw. And as Kyle Shanahan said in this press conference, he's fast and he throws good. I mean, that is such. I think a lot of Niner fans took that as a compliment, but to me, knowing Kyle Shanahan, that was not a nice thing that he said. It's like, I mean, he's unrefined. He's a good athlete.
Yeah. This is a good ball. It's a little behind him. He makes a catch, but you know what? When we talked about Mac Jones, there was a couple balls like this that I didn't knock him too hard, so I'm not going to do that with Fields here either. Great, gives Olave a chance to make a play, and he does.
Yeah, that's a nice. I mean, I'd say this is probably one of the best things about Justin Fields is how he throws the ball down the field. Him and Jimmy Garoppolo are similar in terms of their decision making and how they see the field, but Jimmy doesn't do this.
Yeah,
ever.
No, and this is a situation. He's not even reading the field here. He's made up. This is a called shot play. You can see he's looking to the receiver the whole time. He gives the pump, and then he gets rid of it.
Yeah, he looked at him now, staring. Here's the pump. Has time, still staring. Yeah. I mean, if Jimmy had time like that on the Niners, maybe he'd win an MVP. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. But, I think the thing is we'll see it. We're going to see it again later. One of the things that I'm noticing, at least in this game that I noticed with Justin Fields, is the deep shots weren't from him making the reads. They're primarily from the coaches scheming him up. Interesting,
and that's exactly the case with Trey Lance.
Yes.
Okay.
Same thing from him as well.
Yes.
So they're going to start off here. This little pass. It's going to be the curl to the outside on the right side.
This one seems to be a little bit more on time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, better throw.
More on time, better. Yeah, I like that throw. It's a little bit to his outside, which is where you want that ball. So this is a good one here.
Yeah. Credit. He really does have a strong arm. Yeah, I think from Kyle's perspective, like the traits are not in question here. The traits are really not in question. The question is decision-making, field vision, all the things that I guess you have to work on. Or I don't know. How would you look at it?
Well, you can improve those things, I think, over time. He's definitely got the physical skills. I mean, you saw it shows up. He's 4.40 and the arm strength shows up. But yeah, he's just, I think the processing time sometimes is a little slow, but it can be improved through coaching and scheming, as we talked about.
Yes. I think a lot of people look at Josh Allen, be like, look, he struggled in college. He was only draft based on his athletic gifts. Look at him now. Like, stop nitpicking Justin Fields. He could do what Josh Allen did. Same for Trey Lance. I mean, it seems to me that Josh Allen has really changed the way people scout quarterbacks. It's like, forget everything you thought you knew about quarterbacks. Just draft the guy who can roll left and throw deep.
Yeah, and if you're going to do that, you need to know that it's going to take you about 3 years, right? That's what
exactly.
So
exactly.
That's the other side of that coin there.
And if the Niners are planning on taking Justin Fields, maybe that's why they're keeping Jimmy Garoppolo. Maybe they expect him to struggle early on.
Yeah, that could be it, right?
Maybe they expect him to struggle early, because honestly, maybe that's what they should expect. Is what I'm trying to say.
Sure, whether it's Fields or Lance or really even
Wilson, or Jones,
or Jones, if that's where what ended up happening. Any of those four guys, but especially those Wilson, I think is going to struggle too, because this is a totally different type of scheme than what he's used to.
Yeah. And Jones, I mean, as experienced and polished as he looks, he still only started 17 games in college. You never really know. I mean, he may struggle as a rookie too. Rookies tend to struggle. Even Justin Herbert, as great as he was last year, won about 5 games.
Right, and even Joe Burrow, who everybody was so high on during last season, he struggled. I understand he was getting beat up in the pocket, but but he wasn't like he was blowing. You look at his numbers, it wasn't like he was blowing people away.
No. Okay, so another little pitch and catch. Let's see where he's at here. Okay, there's a little handoff.
Yep. 3rd and 1 here. There's going to be a little play action. They're going to roll out to the right. You got a little wheel coming. You're going to see a wheel from the man in motion. And he's got him wide open. If he gets this out in front of him, this is a touchdown. Throws it behind him and tackles him basically. Yeah. If he gets this upfield and hits him in stride, this is a they're still running.
Yeah.
And you see that a lot. This is a play that you and I, when we did the national championship game against Alabama, we saw the same exact play with the same exact result.
Yes.
Where he's rolling, it's the play action with the same motion and same throw and same everything was the same with
it. Leads him out of bounds. Another thing about this, I feel like Kyle Shanahan, and this is coachable, but this would bug Kyle Shanahan and offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel. The lack of attention to detail in the play fake. I mean, it's just not a good one. That's terrible. Yeah, maybe that's how they coached it. I don't know.
Yeah, the ball doesn't really come in his hand. Doesn't really look like a whole lot.
It's nothing.
So depends on
the defense. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on if they were really wanting him to play fake on there, or if it's just kind of to get him out of the pocket. They're having him spin.
Sure.
So it depends on what the play was designed. But yeah, but if that's an issue, that's something that you can coach up. That's definitely something that you're going to work on.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, again, but you can see it from this angle. Like you had him up the side. You didn't have to throw it out of bounds here.
Yeah. No, you
that's poor accuracy.
Yeah, you could have let him up the field a little bit better.
Yeah.
There's enough. You have enough of a window there to lead him. You don't have to throw. If that defender's closer to him, then throw that ball away from him. But he's wide open here for a better, more accurate throw. Put it that way.
Yeah. Now this play, we don't really see Mac Jones do this much. I don't think they asked him to do it much at Alabama. Zach Wilson did a lot of this at BYU. I feel like he would hit this throw.
I think I think you're right. I think it'd be a little more accurate. He's very
a little bit more accurate on this than Fields, in my opinion. Lance, I mean, I think Lance, this would be an adventure for him too.
Yes and no. I think they're both. The more film I watch on these guys,
Lance and Fields.
Yes,
it's funny people keep arguing who's better than the other. Like they're very similar.
There's a ton of similarity between the two.
Yeah. Okay, it's a run.
Yeah, and that was first down run. Second down is a run too.
Okay.
And then third down is a pass. Third and goal from the 3.
I mean, Justin Fields has about 30 more pass attempts in college than Trubisky had.
Justin Fields?
Yeah, Justin Fields. He had about 600 something throws in college. He's going to struggle as a rookie if he plays. If this is the Niners pick, I get why they're keeping Jimmy Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's the same thing. Again, same thing with Lance. And the thing with the two of them, right? Both Lance and Fields have strong running games behind them.
Yes, no question about it.
Here he's got he misses them.
Oh my God! How do you miss that?
He kind of turns them around. I don't know if it's the receiver should have turned to his outside instead of inside, but it's a little high into the outside. He gets both hands on the ball. Would have been a heck of a catch.
That's a layup. See, that's the thing. I mean, quarterbacks at Ohio State, there are multiple receivers open on most plays. So the fact that your completion percentage is high, like, okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are an accurate thrower. Doesn't necessarily mean that. You got to actually watch and see, are his receivers adjusting? Are they slowing down? Is he missing guys who are open? Is he not seeing guys who are open?
Yeah.
Because it's deceiving.
Yeah, you can't really say accuracy based off of just completion percentage. I mean, that's a portion of it, right? But there's a for example, Joe Montana was accurate when he was deadly accurate because those guys were always catching the ball running. They weren't having to twist and turn a whole lot. They were able to catch it in stride. Same thing with Steve Young for the most part.
Good point. Easier catches.
Yeah. So like this one right here, we got a little flat. He goes a little behind him. This is the pass that's behind him. and it causes him to turn, which allows him, if this pass gets to him, he's able to keep running toward the sideline and cut it up. Instead, it's behind him. He's got to turn. He's got to catch it. He gets tackled. It's I don't even think they get a gain of 1.
Let's watch it again from the all 22.
It's a good read. He's the guy to go to.
Yeah.
It's just behind him a little bit, and they lose a couple of yards. I'm not saying he's going to catch that thing and go up the sideline, but it's going to be a 4-yard, maybe a 3-4 yard gain. Instead, it's a 1 yard gain. It's a little bit behind him.
And everyone's so focused with the downfield throws. Again, they're important. You have to have them, but you don't throw a lot of them per game. You throw a lot of these in the Niners offense, and the precision matters because the Niners offense is built around yards after the catch.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't have a guy who struggles throwing short passes. That kind of ruins the entire operation.
Yeah, and then you jump to this play, and this one's an interesting one. The way that they're playing this coverage, he's got 2 guys. You look at the top of the screen, that guy's wide open. He doesn't see him. Down here at the bottom of the screen, this guy, you think he's open, Grant?
Right here?
Yeah.
Hey, let's run it. Oh, yeah. Let's run it. Yeah. They both look open.
Yeah, he's
top
looking
of the screen.
And I asked that because he's looking this way. When we see it from the end zone, you're going to see he's looking over here, but he doesn't throw it. The guy down the middle is well covered, but the 2 outside guys are open. I think
it looks like the middle guy is drawing 3.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. He just doesn't see it and get the ball out. You get the sack. You'll see that from the end zone. And then from the end zone view, it looks like he's looking to the right. He's probably looking tight end. Maybe he's looking out to the outside and just doesn't see it because of the way the corner's playing underneath him.
And I just don't understand people that watch this film or don't. And they just like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, he's got the traits. Like he'll figure it out. Like this is scary to the idea that you're trading 3 first-round picks for a guy who mentally isn't an upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think he's an upgrade over Garoppolo from that standpoint. You see, he was
not from that standpoint. Physically, he is, but dude,
yeah, and
he's going to make a lot of the same mistakes.
When you look here, he's looking deep right. He's looking out to the right. He's looking right at that guy who's wide open. He just doesn't pull the trigger.
Yep.
Watch. See, he's looking out there. The guy's open. Why didn't he throw the ball?
It just seems like he's a little mesmerized by the pass rush. I mean, the stunts or something. I don't know.
It could be. It could be.
Could be. We'd have to ask him in his post-game press conference. Hey, and Justin, that one play where you had 2 guys wide open for the touchdowns and you took the sack, what were you thinking on that? I love phrasing questions like that. There he goes. Quick screen.
Yeah, a little screen. This is actually a really nice play on his part to take off with this ball. It's supposed to be a screen. Penn State does a nice job of covering it up, and it's really a bust on their side. He takes off running.
Interesting. A lot of times quarterbacks will just ground the screen if it's not there because the blockers will get downfield. But if you're just going to run it, that's great. No problem. Yeah. Just run it.
Yeah. So this is one of the things of where he brings to the table. Whereas, I'm going to go back to Jimmy Mack, whatever. Pretty much, or those 2 guys, if you can kind of put them together in terms of not super mobile.
I mean, the Niners just haven't had a quarterback like this since Colin Kaepernick, a guy who can do this. Since Kyle Shanahan's got here, he's basically made it a point not to have quarterbacks like this for whatever reason. I mean, you want a guy who can scramble. It's nice to have a guy who can find 2-3 first downs a game with his legs. That's great. Steve Young could do that. Joe Montana could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, those plays could win the game for you.
Right. Yeah. No, they could because if you
they're critical. Third downs, all that stuff. Yeah.
Whatever it takes to move the sticks.
Exactly.
Really, at the end of the day. Yes. Out here, they come out. The first 2 plays are runs.
Okay. Run. Here we go.
The little quick out here is it's incomplete, but the only reason it's incomplete that he gets held. So it's a good read. He's open. He can't really see it.
Yeah.
Maybe he can't.
That's the call.
Yeah. He definitely holds them. That's what messes that one up. And then they come out here with a run.
Because Trey Sermon's amazing. Here we go.
On this one, everything's covered up at the beginning of this play. And he has the move.
Ooh.
And this is a tough one for the receiver because they're only 5 yards apart from each other. And that's a tough one because you're not sure if that ball's going to come out of that quarterback's hands. So when it does come out, that ball's got to be on target. It's a little low. So I can.
It hits him in the knee. Yeah,
hits him. hits him in the knee. He needs to catch it, but that's a tough catch too because you're only like
it is a tough catch.
You're close. Think about me. You're running full speed. You're close to each other. He definitely, you need to catch that.
Yeah, it's a tough one. All right. I thought he just like one hopped that pass for when I saw the all 22, but okay.
Yeah,
happened. Let's see how he bounces back here.
Yeah, this is a nice one. This is a play you could see them running with the 49ers. They do this a lot with Kittle, right? They're in that bunch formation. Yep. Everything kind of breaks apart. You're looking, the quarterback's looking all that direction. He sees it kind of break. Penn State jumps to the curl and flat, which leaves the middle hook wide open.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a really good wrap because you see that ball coming to his town quick. He sees it fast. You can tell.
89. Well, yeah, that's right. Yep.
He sees it and he's starting to throw it, and the guy hasn't quite hit his spot yet.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
And
yeah,
then,
it's not that he can't throw with anticipation or he can't go through his progressions. He just doesn't do it consistently well.
Right, it's a consistency thing. He does it every once. You can go through his game and find clips of him doing any of these things that people are saying are not kind of knocking him for.
Right. So we're not saying he can't do certain things. It's just it's not. These are things he hasn't demonstrated that he does well consistently yet.
Correct.
And so if you think he can, that's okay, but that's a projection based on what I don't know what you know about him.
Right. Yeah. That the last one there was an RPO, and they come here. This is that same, very similar to that play we saw earlier. This is the nice one though. He throws it behind him again, but this one's a better. I like the fact that he throws it behind him here because he can't lead him here. He's got the DB right there, right? So he's got to throw it to him and make him stop. So this is a nice one.
Yeah. And this is the kind of stuff that makes you say, well, he's got high-level Josh Allen traits, so I don't really care about where he went to college, how many games he played, all that stuff. Look at this one play and tell me that Mac Jones can do this because he can't.
No, he can't. But now jump back to the all 22 really quick, and then let's watch it from the end zone because I want to point out one other thing on this play because that is a nice throw. That's a nice little pitch and catch. But he has a guy open for a touchdown if he just pauses. He's got number 5 running wide open if he just stops right here and throws it, but he doesn't see him.
Right. And again, like these plays are really nice, but remember, Tom Brady can't do this either, and Tom Brady's pretty good.
Yeah, no. But if you watch this play here, 5's open. He's basically running uncovered. It looks like he's got pressure, right? But when we watch it from the end zone view, you'll see that if he starts moving and he's got his head down the field, he has room to stop, set his feet, and throw that ball backwards. Watch. Right here.
Yes, certainly.
He kind of overruns it. He's got a pocket right there to make that throw.
Yeah, but he never saw him. He never saw him, period.
Doesn't see him. That's not don't nitpick it. Where he went with the ball and his decision to go there and the throw that he made was really high level.
Right. Extremely. It's just you see why Ohio State quarterbacks haven't translated. Like they can have no decision is wrong for them. Everyone's open. So you throw 20 yards down the field, looks great. Probably there was a guy on the backside of the play who was open 50 yards down the field.
There's guys running all over the field for him a lot of times that he can choose from.
Yeah, and then they average 10 yards a carry.
True.
Yes. Okay, here's play action rollout. Okay.
Yeah. And this right here. This is Trey Lance from North Dakota State. They do this all the time, right?
Yes.
Play action, roll out to the waggle off of it or boot off of it with 3 levels on the other side with the streak. It's basically a flood to that side of the field.
You see Trey Lance do this all the time.
Yep, and it's the same result. So, it's nice though. They're using a receiver here as the guy to get into the flat, which is good because it gives him, it's more speed.
Something about his throwing motion. Ever since Chris Sims pointed it out, he's got a little bit of a longer release. He shortens it up here, but kind of pushes it.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a shot put.
Yeah,
like a shot put to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll notice that on one of his touchdown throws here to the tight end that's coming up. You'll notice that it seems like he's kind of it's just like old.
Yeah, I'm guessing the Niners would have Zach Wilson ahead of Justin Fields on their big board because Zach Wilson just has a little quicker release. I mean, maybe they would dock him because of his build. I mean, he may not be as durable as Justin Fields in the NFL, but he just has a quicker release.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they're going to run the ball quite a bit here. So that was the boot to the flat. There's the next.
That's too bad. They're just going to use him as a wildcat quarterback here. That's too bad.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, like the next 5 plays or 4 plays are runs, and they have a little running back screen on 2nd and goal.
You always like to see a quarterback in the red zone. That's the hardest stuff, and that's what going to be the difference between him being okay and great in the NFL. All right. Well, that's not his fault.
Yep. And then here they run a little running back screen.
Okay.
Screen to the rim. This looks like the play they were trying to run earlier that they got blown up.
Yep. But it works this time.
Yep.
Okay. He gets down to the 8.
Yeah, and then he does a really nice job on this one. This is a touchdown.
Oh, nice. That's a nice little 3-quarter release, quick release throw.
Yeah.
You can see he played baseball here at this one.
Yeah, and he sees it coming quick. There, when you roll it from the start of it, you notice Penn State's a little out of kilter. They have to run a guy on late, but then he sees the blitz coming and he goes right over the blitz. This is really nice.
Yeah.
He sees that backer coming. There's nobody in the middle, and he just gets it to him.
And when you see with Ohio State, when they're really rolling, they go up tempo, and a lot of times the defenses they play against can't even get lined up.
Yeah, they got lined up a little late here. They got the blitz. It's a perfect call for the defense that was called. Yeah. And he operates it perfect. And that's what I was talking about. You kind of see his arm just a little shove,
He's basically running the Chip Kelly offense, just with great college players around him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah.
The little run there, and then here they got 2nd and 6, and here's an example of that. The ball coming out late on a deep out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The DB's doing a good job of reading, keeping his eye in the backfield along with the receiver. And he undercuts this. It should have been a pick.
Ooh. Yep.
No, but it's late. This ball's late out of his hand.
I'm telling you, maybe some coaches can tolerate a player with these type of deficiencies, but from what I know of Kyle Shanahan, he's not one of them. He's a stickler on the details. If the ball's supposed to come out when you hit the top of your drop, it has to come out. If it's supposed to come out after one hitch, it has to come out. He's not going to change or deviate from that and all of a sudden be like, you know what, dude? You do it however you want to do it.
Yeah.
You throw it when you feel comfortable, buddy.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this one here is just a little late, and that's a good play by the DB too.
And what's crazy is he didn't even hitch. He just dropped back too slowly.
He's a little late. He's a little lazy at the top.
A little lazy with the whole process.
He's a little lazy.
Who was like that?
Little hitch.
You know who was like that? And that bothered me forever. CJ Beathard. CJ.
Yeah.
Just a little slow with everything. Like drop that. It's like, come on, man. It's football. They're gonna hurt you, dude.
Yeah.
Speed up. CJ, my God.
Well, we saw that like what we just saw right there. We saw Garoppolo doing stuff like that a lot in 2020, where he just kind of gets back there and it was all kind of in slow motion, or he just get flat-footed and the ball would come out late.
So here he's looking and is asking his. That's another reason if they draft Justin Fields that he probably can't start right away. I mean, the whole offense just looks at the coach like, all right, what are we doing?
Yeah, all the checks come from the sidelines.
Yeah, okay. That's not how Kyle Shanahan does it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little run play here. 3rd and 6, they're going to run it.
That's too bad.
And that's the end of the first half. So you can just
okay, great.
So the first half it wasn't bad. There's a lot of good things. There's a few, there's definitely some issues in there, but
I mean, we're basically trying to determine, is this guy worth trading 3 number 1s and a 3? Is he that good? It's not like, could he be a good start? Could he be a starter in the NFL? Yeah, maybe. Could he be a good starter in the NFL? Sure. Right situation with the right things break his way, but that's not what the Niners are banking on here with the trade they've made. This guy's got to be special.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's how we're judging him here.
Yep.
We see special. We see special. I don't even know if he has the special physical traits. I mean, they're special minus.
Well, he's definitely a heck of an athlete. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, he is.
This is a nice one. It's a good read here. He's reading up to the top of the screen. He's got a curl with a flat. He does a good job of reading that and hitting the flat
and beating the blitz with his arm and his brain, which is good. Nice play.
Yeah, that's a good play with the pocket collapse, and good job of seeing.
Yeah, that's a good call. One more time. This is an NFL play. That's what it looks like in the NFL.
Yeah, because you can see him going through. Boom, boom, boom.
That's nice. That's encouraging. That's a really encouraging rep from Justin Fields.
Yeah, and they go play action right here. And they get a lot of pressure on him. And he's going to go to this curl down here on the bottom of the screen. It gets batted down line of scrimmage. Too much pressure, interior pressure.
Yeah.
He gets his back foot. He kind of hops right into it a little bit too.
Yeah, 55 just destroys that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right
Happens.
Yep.
And now we got 2nd and something, 10.
2nd and 10. It's going to be the same thing. They're going to run this little curl flat combination. He goes to the flat, but he's got the curl wide open.
Oh, yes, he does.
The read on this one should have, if he's reading this, the read takes him to the curl, not to the flat, because the receiver, look, if you watch it, he's got to see this, I can't point to it, but this guy right here, right there, right next to the receiver, that's who he's reading, right? Yeah, that guy. He's reading him. That guy's buzzing out to the flat, which tells him that curl is going to be open right behind him, but the ball's coming out so quick.
Right. Right. Like if it were zone and this guy were just hanging out over here, then you would throw it to the flat.
Right.
But since it's man to man, yep. And if you were reading it, he would have seen it. Yep. Fair to point that out. I mean, it's little stuff like that. He's going to have a lot of really cool highlight plays like Jalen Hurts, but can you execute the basics of the offense? Because Kyle isn't going to sacrifice that for anyone.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think he will either.
He will not sacrifice that for anyone.
If there's anything we know about Shanahan, it's that he has his way of doing things, and that everybody's got to be able to do it.
Honestly, the way he talks about Russell Wilson makes me feel like he wouldn't want to coach Russell Wilson. There's always an edge to it. Like, yeah, he makes it work, or like he's been doing it for so long, you can't really question it. But it's like he really feels that's not the way to play the position. Like you just turn every play into schoolyard football. I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
works for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that him and Richard Sherman bonded over is like this Russell Wilson guy. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, he's so overrated. Okay, here he goes. Play action. Turned his back. Let's see it again. This is important. You'd like to see him extend that ball. I mean, it's really a point of emphasis with the Niners. But you coach it. You can coach that. I'm sure Jimmy didn't have a good handoff when he came out of Western Washington. I forget which one. Illinois. Yeah. One of them great schools.
Yeah, so on this one, I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on, because when you watch this one, it almost looks like they're trying to get the tight end up the seam, up the sideline, but he gets caught up. So it's either he's going up, he's supposed to be going up the seam, and he just gets caught up with the guy and stops his route, or he's actually kind of setting a screen. They expect this ball to run short of the.
I see what you mean.
Like,
are you blocking or are you running a route?
Right. So I'm not quite sure on that one.
Hard to say.
Haven't seen enough of them, but it looks like. It looks like the concept of the 49ers run, right? Where they run the post with the wheel route behind it with the tight end.
Yes.
It kind of looks like it gets blown up there.
Yeah. I mean,
he's looking for it.
Yeah. They do put him under center more than you would expect. More than I remember seeing from Ohio State.
Yeah.
Not a lot, though, but okay, here he's got a punt fake.
Yeah, this is a really nice ball.
See, he's a hell of a downfield thrower, man. My God. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's really good. He should be in a vertical passing offense. He should be throwing downfield a lot. Because he can do this. Look at that. I don't know if he's a great fit for the 49ers yards after the catch offense, but in an air yards offense, he'd be pretty good. He'd be pretty good.
No,
eventually.
And this was a heck of a shot. I mean, it's a 55-yard, shot in the air. Really nice ball.
Yeah, really nice ball.
But this is the second deep ball we've seen now, right? And both of them are on design shots. He's not taking the deep balls off of regular plays where it just is opening up based off his reads either, though.
It's true, and he has time. It's stare him down, pump fake, hold it, hitch 4 times, and throw it down the field. So yeah, it's a hell of a throw, but it's kind of like a pro day throw.
Yeah, no, but I'm going to give him credit because that's a heck of a ball. The only thing for me is that I want to see him making, and maybe I'll see it as I continue to roll through more of this film. I want to see him make these shots on plays where it's not designed for him, where it's just part of the route. And he's got it underneath with an over kind of thing or whatever.
Because that's the kind of stuff you see from Mac Jones and Kyle Trask. Not to bring that guy's name up because God forbid.
Yeah, that's what you see in the 49er offense, right?
Yes.
There's always those plays are always included as part of their offense, and it's just a matter if the quarterback pulls the trigger on that shot or not.
And it's come to the point with Jimmy Garoppolo that he doesn't pull the trigger.
Correct. And that's everybody's biggest issue with them, other than the health.
They're not like one read shots. Like that was much more the Jim Harbaugh type of offense.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep. Okay.
Definitely with Harbaugh, it was all predetermined as well.
It was very much predetermined. Kyle's not like that.
No. Every once in a while he does, right? When he's doing the play action with the wheel routes with
the fullback. Yeah. But that's like once every other game.
Yeah, it's not on a regular basis. Correct.
No. Okay. Handoff. Are they winning here?
Yeah, they're winning. I'm sorry, we were talking. We got off track.
That's all right. That's all right.
They run the ball for a first down, 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth play here. First and 10, little play action move. This is really nice. He does a good job of getting out. This is a good ball on the comeback. Does a good job stepping up inside of the rusher. Puts it right on him.
It is nice. Watch it again. I mean, does this guy have the type of just, upper echelon athleticism where any deficiencies in his game he can work on and iron out by year 3 the way Josh Allen did? I mean, do you look at him as that kind of a prospect?
I'd say, I would say that would be the case. He definitely has the athletic ability to do all things you're seeing. You can see him then be able to build things around him that make it easy for him. You can see him scheme up enough plays to where they'd be successful, I think, in a game.
Okay.
Okay. I see the same thing with Trey Lance when I watch Trey Lance play.
Yeah.
Very, very similar. And then, so that was the waggle come back, the little running play here.
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, if they feel that Justin Fields can develop into Josh Allen by year 3, I can understand taking him over Mac Jones if you question Mac Jones' upside. Maybe Mac Jones is better now than Justin Fields, but maybe Justin Fields will be better than Mac Jones in 3 years. That's a fair thing to wonder, considering these guys are really kids.
Right. This is a nice one right here. This is an easy read for him. It's basically a wide delay. So they're looking. This the first guy up. Yep. He's covered, and he just opens up everything underneath, and you throw it back underneath.
Right. It looks like he's blocking.
Yep.
Something the Niners would do. Little fake block. Boom. Nice throw. Nice read.
Yeah, his read is that second. I don't know if it's a linebacker or a safety there. He's looking to see if he goes with the receiver or not. He backs up with the receiver, so he goes underneath. It's really nice.
Really nice. What are you doing here? Running?
Yeah, then they got back-to-back runs.
Cool.
Under center, little bootleg here. Trips up, but this is where his athleticism shows up.
Oh, wow, that's really nice.
He gets out there, he starts to stumble on his own, but he's able to gather himself and find his man and hit him. And
actually complete a throw. That's nice.
Yeah, and it's even accurate too. It's in a good spot.
It's a good throw. Yeah.
Woo. Just slip it on the grass. Yeah.
Nice. Takes a shot in the face, bounces his head off the turf. Nice.
Yeah, that was a good one. And then they run the ball here on 1st and 10. 2nd and 8, they go for a fade. It's just overthrown. It's pretty well. It's decently better.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It gives the receiver a chance to make the play.
Yeah, he did.
Come down with it.
Close. All right, 3rd and 8. See what he's got.
Yep, and that's the only guy that's open on this one.
Yep.
He's got the deep guy into the end zone. He's well covered, so he's got to come out for that. So he goes to the flat for the completion. Little boot. This is a good one. This is good between the receiver and him as well. Again, he's rolling out. Everything's covered deep. He's going to see it. Five sees it, sits down, and Fields does a good job of hitting him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even after he slips, he hits him. Once the receiver slips on this one.
You can see he feels comfortable throwing the ball without his feet set, rolling to the right.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice throw.
Yeah, it's really nice there. Couple of running plays here. Takes him to 3rd and 8. And he's going to hit the corner. This is a nice one. He does a good job of sliding over to his left. Just enough to get away from the rush, give himself the time.
That's beautiful.
Puts it on him.
Beautiful.
This is one of those throws, I think, where it might be a little bit of an option thing where it's taking him a little bit longer to know for the receiver to declare. Because he is open earlier than the ball comes out, but that's okay.
Let's see.
You watch this through.
I see. So he goes right up here, and he can do any number of things.
Yeah.
So you have to wait. Yeah.
Yeah. When he breaks to the corner, he's able to slide over. And as soon as he breaks to the corner there, he slides and hits him.
Great play.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. Really nice.
That's what I like. One of the things that I like about Fields is his feet. He has good feet. He's very quick.
Yes.
Forget about the 40 time. Look what he's doing in the pocket. His feet are able. He's able to move his feet quickly and reset. That's what I like.
I like that too. You make me like Justin Fields more.
little run here, and then we're going to do a play action boot. This is a nice one. He actually gets to the 2nd level. He sees it's covered. He goes back to the guy on the 2nd level. It's a little high, but this ball should be caught.
Oh, that is nice.
He's got him open, and he does a good job of getting to him. The ball's, like I said, just a tad high, but that's catchable.
Yeah.
That should be in his catch radius. And it is. He's got both hands on the ball, just misses it.
Yep, it is.
I think he takes his eyes off it because the DB's right there. Then they come back with a run. And now they got 4th and 1. And they got the cross. This is an easy one. It's got the deep route with the crosser, and he hits that crosser.
Mm.
Yeah, nice ball.
Yeah, he's open just like all the way.
Yep. He puts it in the window that he has to throw it to.
Yeah, that's nice.
You can't really make that one any. You can't really lead him on this one because that's going to be really tough if the linebacker does a good job of being able to retrace his steps.
By far the worst play action faker of all time, though. This guy. Come on, Justin. What is this? By far.
But they run the ball so darn well, and you got them on 4th.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Look at the way that Penn State just sucks up on that thing, and Olave just slides right behind everybody.
Great play. 31-19. He's in the game away here.
Yeah, and then they're going to run it. They're going to run it all the way down until it's 4th and goal. And then they pull out the Tim Tebow special.
Oh. Nice. 2's open. 88's open. Takes 88. Touchdown. Nice.
Yeah. So, used to see that was Tim Tebow would run that all the time at Florida with Urban Meyer back in those days.
Yeah.
You see it here. You see Trey Lance run it as well. I don't know.
Yeah, no question.
In one of the games that I was watching over the last couple of days, I saw him running it.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Wow. Drilled it.
Yeah, it's a nice ball.
He's been pretty accurate.
Yeah, he's really accurate here.
No, I'm here.
I'm
still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez. My internet's not so good, I guess. Here we go. He drilled that. That's a really nice throw.
It is. That's good. It is.
Kellen Mond throw, if I dare I say. No, it's nice. This is an in-breaker, a quick release. He's just got this little thing that Chris Sims is talking about with his release. It's there.
Yeah. It's a little elongated.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It drops right below his elbow, that little whip, and he generates a little bit of torque, I feel like, by dropping the ball below his elbow and then whipping it back. And what Sims is going to say, that's going to lead to inaccuracy on like routine throws.
Yeah, and it could. And on this one, what I see it seems like it's taking the ball a while to come out. You can see from the time when he starts, I know we're watching it in slow motion, but from the time when I watch it in real speed, the notes that I wrote was that he was a little late on it. And I think it's just because of the length of time that it takes for him to get from right here to actually getting the ball out of his hand.
Yeah, I think that would be one thing. It's a fair critique. If you have an offense that requires a quick release, I mean, it's something to wonder with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's making the throws. He makes it there. It's just,
He does. Is he going to be
times-
something that he's really good at, or is he going to be better at throwing the deep stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple of runs here, and then the last one, third down, he just gets drilled. And that's the last pass play of the game.
Oh, man, does he get drilled?
Yeah.
There's the thing about Justin Fields. Sometimes he gets just lit up. He does. He puts himself in some strange positions. Whoa.
You know, it's not really his fault. He's looking out to the right. When you watch it from the L22, you can see the dig come open on the top left. But even if he looks there, I don't think he's going to be able to get the ball out because the blitz is coming so fast, and the guy just drills him in the back. And he stays down for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the Steve Young Aeneas Williams hit. Ugh.
Yeah,
Yikes.
Well, that's more like that's Leonard Marshall on Joe Montana.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yikes. Well, he's a tough kid, man. That's a hell of a shot, that dude. All right, so we got like 15 minutes. Should we look at a little Trey Lance?
Yeah, if you want, we can definitely take a look at it because
Let's take a little sneak peek of it. Why not?
You know, I've been doing a ton of work on Lance over the last kind of going back through it really since this trade went down.
Okay.
And so watching a lot of Trey Lance, one of the things that I'm noticing, watching a lot of Trey Lance and coming over and watching Justin Fields, is they're doing all the same things. So people that are telling you they like one, they don't like the other, I really got to ask you what you're seeing because it doesn't seem to me like there's a whole lot of difference in what they're being asked to do or the way that they're playing, quite honestly.
All right, well, let's compare real quick. We just watched a full game of Justin Fields. We're not going to watch the full game of Trey Lance, but let's watch as much as we can in 15 minutes.
Yeah, we can probably get through the whole thing here.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't throw a lot. Okay, let's go. 22 minutes.
Yeah.
The other one was like an hour. Okay. See what
jump to third down.
Okay, here we go. That's first down. This is second down. Here's third down. All right.
So they're going to come out of this bunch, and he's got a guy open, and he's going to miss him. He's got a guy open on the end.
This guy.
Yep. And he just doesn't see it, and so he takes off running, and they do a good job here of stopping him. But he's got him. See, the thing with him is he doesn't slide in the pocket very well. Sometimes you can see he's still got the ball in the throwing motion, but he's reading everything out to his left side. You'll see it from the backside. He doesn't look there. Let's watch him. See, he kind of looks late. He never really looks there until he's already starting to move.
Yeah. And he just runs to where he would have thrown the ball anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
So they shut him down right there. Let's go to the next one. Jump through the next play. They got next two. They've got a run and a quarterback run.
Okay.
So this sets him up with a 3rd and 4. This is a really, really nice ball, though. He does a great job right here stepping up to his left. He's got a guy still in his face, and he just delivers a strike.
Oh, wow.
That's a perfect. You can't throw that ball any better. That's outside to the sidelines. No way that DB is going to make the play on it. Does a really good job of sliding up.
You know, Lance and Fields have like the same exact build.
Yeah, they're so similar to each other.
Yeah.
And then here on this one, he ends up scrambling for a touchdown. When I watched it at first, if you watch it, it almost looks like the running back, like he's got the running back right now. That's going to be a really tight window, though.
Yeah.
That's a really tight window to throw it into. So, because he also got that safety coming across. So he does a good job of not risking it, especially in the red zone. Steps out, and then I don't care what you say. That there's not a quarterback that's going to run the ball like this guy.
No, and no one can on Youngstown can tackle this guy, and he knows it. So I don't tackle me. This guy really does look. I mean, the lower body, the musculature, very similar between Fields and Lance.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities between the two when it comes to that.
I would imagine Fields runs a faster 40 time. Not that really matters that much at quarterback.
No, he does. He's. I think Lance was like a 4.5 when they timed him to a 4.4 for Fields.
Yeah, that's true. And if it was hand time, then maybe there's a tenth of a second difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Handoff. Really doesn't throw very much.
Handoff. Yeah. Let's go to the next play. It's a pass.
Quick one read throw to his receiver who drops the ball.
Just quick. It's a little inaccurate. So this is like we just talked about Fields, right?
Yes.
This ball, it should be caught because it's dropped, but at the same time, this ball leads him inside. This ball should have been on his outside shoulder. So he's leading him in. He's leading into that DB or linebacker. He's reading him, and he breaks on the ball right as it comes out. If he hits him in the right spot, I think this ball's complete. He just misses it. This is one of those where it looks like a drop, but it's just an inaccurate throw.
Yeah, poor placement. Good call. I thought that was a drop when I first saw it.
Yeah.
It's interesting watching them side by side. There are a lot of similarities. The offenses are different. The players are similar. There he goes again.
Yep. This is actually a design draw.
Of course. The Niners used to call this with Colin Kaepernick before he was the starting quarterback.
Yeah, and they bring him in on his every once in a while. That's a great block by the referee, by the way.
Such a good block. And Trey Lance, they
definitely
paid him off. Look at that. Threw his shoulder.
Look at that block by the ref.
Nice.
I didn't see that before. That's a good block by that ref.
I just can't imagine that 55 to 60-year-old men sign up for this job. That's terrifying. I wouldn't do that. Kidding me?
Oh no, that'd be
standing there. Okay.
Yep. And then this is nice. So this is just like we talked about with Trey Lance, right? It's a design shot play action.
Yep.
He's kind of looking. He's going to kind of look to see what happens in the field. It's everybody stepped up, and he just puts it on the rope to him.
Yeah, he's got the post against outside leverage. That's all day. Just put it up there, and wow.
Yeah, just hits him in stride. And
it's a nice throw. I mean, Justin Fields can make this throw. Trey Lance can make this throw. I mean, they're very similar. Now, we noticed when we first did this guy, we noticed he's got the straight upper leg, and then he really dips. Stands up, and then he goes down. But, hey, perfect throw.
Yeah, I
didn't hurt him on that one.
Yeah, he's
muscling up to go deep, yeah.
Yep, and he puts that ball right on the money. So that's really nice.
Handoff under center. Let's check out the handoff. Look at that handoff. Oh, look at that handoff. That's a good handoff. Hey, Kyle might like that handoff. Hold on.
It's like you said, though, right? Well, last week, I think on our roundtable, or it was before the trade went down, that Lance was their guy. And part of it, your thought was because of this. Because of
see all these things,
everything that he does is stuff. It translates really easy to what the 49ers do. Right. They run a heavy sets, a lot of 12 personnel.
Exactly. And it's not that Justin Fields can't do it. It's just that he doesn't have the experience, and it's more of an unknown. The Niners can look at Trey Lance's film and be like, well, there's not a lot of it, but I mean, that translates to our offense. This translates to our offense. We can use him in this way. I mean, I know we can do this. That's why I think that they're going to like him more than other teams.
Yeah.
And maybe nitpick Justin Fields more than other teams. Yep.
So
even though they're the same athlete.
Yeah. So so here we are right now. We got 12 personnel.
Yes.
So
this is the Niners. Yeah.
Yep. Play action.
Oh, that's such a Jimmy handoff where he fakes it one way and then goes back the other. Look at the attention to detail on that handoff, Jack. Oh my God, they're definitely drafting Trey Lance.
And he does a really nice job here of getting to the outside. It's a good ball. Yeah. He's wide open, but it's a nice ball at the same time.
Let's watch that handoff in slow motion. Oh, fake. Oh, nope. Hides the ball well. Nice. And then it's just real comfortable throwing on the run. No problem.
You can't put that ball on him any better. That's really nice. Then go to
when Fields and Lance step on an NFL field, they're going to look like two of the better athletes on the field. They really are going to look like they belong.
Yeah. Yep. They got the little running play here.
And I think that's part of the deal why some Niner fans really want them as opposed to Mac Jones. It's just the way that Mac Jones looks. He's not really an athlete.
No, he doesn't look like an athlete at all.
No.
Yeah, he looks like me when I take my shirt off.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I would give you more credit than that.
so here they're going to go. This is going to be a nice one. It's going to be play action. He's going to hit the out. But he misses a touchdown. This goes back to similar, back to like we just talked about with Fields, right? So he's got this guy on the out. He's open. Boom. Look at the tight end. Tight end's is wide open down the middle field for 6. Doesn't see him.
Oh, yeah, the guy falls down. Oof.
Yeah.
And so this is why these two, Fields and Lance, while they could be ballers by year 3, they really struggle. I mean, they might make Jimmy Garoppolo look like the best quarterback on the Niners next year.
They're very,
if
very well
if they were on the team. And they might lose a competition to Jimmy Garoppolo, who's not exactly the best practice quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
but
this is
yeah.
Yep. And this is the kind of stuff we saw with, this is like the deep shot that Fields missed in the Ohio State game that we're just looking at against Penn State, right? Wide open down the middle of the field. He's kind of predetermined where he's going to go.
Yeah.
Misses it.
Yeah.
He comes from that though to this one. This is a really nice one. They got him dead to rights. And this is where his straight plays up.
That is nice. That is nice. That is nice.
Yeah.
See, that means what Kyle can do with him if they had him is you can call naked bootlegs. You don't have to protect him with the blocker. He can break tackles against outside linebackers. It's amazing.
Yeah. You got to remember too, he's playing against with Trey Lance, he's really a Division I athlete. He was recruited to be an athlete at the Division I level or the FBS level, right?
Right. And he wanted to play quarterback, so he went here.
Yeah. And so he's a little bit of a step ahead of a lot of these guys when it comes to his athleticism. So that's part of why you see him running through people as well as he does.
Yeah. He's a Division I athlete playing with Division II football.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And then let's go to so that was a run. You got a little play action coming up next.
Like a high school senior playing JV. A little bit.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little waggle action here. And he just inaccurate. He's trying to hit that deep out. He misses him. A little bit.
See, this is maybe a critic of Lance and a Fields proponent would say that, man, Fields wouldn't have missed it that bad. That feels a little more accurate than this.
Yeah, you can see it, right? We talked about it. He does a really good job of rolling out to his right and making those throws.
Yeah.
Whereas he misses it here.
You'd like to see Lance make this throw because he's not exactly Tom Brady in the pocket. We want to see you thrive when you're on the run as an athlete like, Josh Allen does, Carson Wentz does.
Right.
Justin Fields does. Yeah, that was troubling. Okay. But, I mean, Fields has some bad throws, too. Interesting.
So, yeah. All right. Yeah, and then there's going to be 3 runs in a row.
Cool.
Gets him down here. It's 2nd and goal. Yeah, so here's that same play we saw from Trey Lance.
Yeah. From Fields.
Yeah, but yeah, from
beautiful
Fields.
Throw.
Yeah, except for this is a little bit more difficult throw because it's covered better.
I mean, if you took Justin Fields and put him here, and you put Trey Lance on Ohio State, would the outcomes be any different?
No, I think they're very similar. If you took them and you didn't know who these guys were based off of the uniforms, and you just put them in all white uniforms and didn't know who they were playing against, I think the average person would have a very hard time figuring out who's who.
I agree.
So, and that's pretty much it. He has one more throw in this game, I think, or maybe 2. That's pretty much it on this one.
Okay.
Part of the thing with
he's done
Lance,
throwing for the day.
Well, yeah, because they're blowing people out, and he actually gets taken out in the 3rd quarter. So I've done a bunch of, like I mentioned, I've been doing a bunch of their games since Friday. I think I've done 4 of them now, and this is what you see is he gets pulled out of games early. So of those games, he's only finished 1. He's been pulled out in the 4th quarter of 1 and the 3rd quarter of 2 others. So I think that's part of where the lack of throws comes from is because they're just kicking everybody's butt so bad that they're pulling them out.
Well, let me ask you real quick before we go. If the 49ers want to go with Fields or Lance because of Josh Allen, because of look what you can do in 3 years with an athlete like that. We want a guy like that. We don't have to start him right away, so we can afford to. If that's the way they want to go, who do you think would make more sense, or which way do you think they'll go, Lance or Fields?
I think they're probably going to go. The overwhelming majority says that they're going to go Fields. I don't think they can go wrong with either one of them. I see a lot of good things out of Trey Lance too, as I've been watching this film, where I could say, well, Shanahan could really use this guy. because I'm seeing them run similar concepts, right?
Yes.
Where I can say this guy could step in right now and Shanahan could get this out of him.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I think there's definitely going to be a like of Fields. I think if they like Fields, they would like Lance as well if Fields gets taken at number 2.
Yeah, I think I'm more optimistic about Justin Fields and Lance after watching these. I can see the upside. I can see why teams think maybe in a couple of years they could be really, really special. But I also can see why the Niners feel like they might need to keep Jimmy Garoppolo for now, because it's possible that any one of these quarterbacks, not named Trevor Lawrence, is going to have a really up and down year as a rookie. Possible.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's, if they're going to keep Garoppolo's going to play this year, and he's going to play the majority of the year. You've got to hope that he does, because if you're the 49ers and you're going to keep Garoppolo in 2021, if he doesn't play the entire season, you're ruining your chances of what you're going to get for him in a trade. You can't keep him expecting him to only play half the season. Mm-hmm. If you're going to keep him, then you've got to expect him to play the full 2021 season, and whoever they're drafting, not to get into the last game of the season or at all.
Which is interesting. I mean, maybe that indicates that they're planning on drafting a quote unquote project, someone they expect to sit for a year, someone that they don't expect to be ready right away. It could just be Justin Fields. On the other hand, last question before I let you go. Do you think the Jets might take Justin Fields?
If the 49ers are like Justin Fields, why wouldn't the Jets? They run the same offense. So why wouldn't they?
That could be the twist of all twists, that everyone's thinking the Jets take Zach Wilson, and actually they take Justin Fields. And then the Niners get Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Who knows where they go from that point, whether it's Fields or Lance or excuse me, Wilson or Lance or Jones. So, yes.
Well, this was really fun. Before we go, someone just donated. Always while we're trying to leave. No, I appreciate it though. They are the same athlete, but Fields has played more in bigger games versus better competition, plus the pressure of being a top recruit. That is true. Yeah. And Lance has the added benefit of not having spent 2 years in a gimmicky spread offense. So that's good for him. So 6-1, have the other. I don't know. It's possible the Niners could take either one of them. Yeah,
I think so. I think Fields. I'm just going to kind of roll with Fields because that's what everybody seems to think. But at the same time, I don't see much difference if it's Fields or Lance. Give me one of the two. I don't care.
It seems to me that Fields is a little more accurate, a little more experienced. Lance has the scheme going for him. So you probably have to put Fields ahead of Lance.
Lance is also he was 18 when we're watching this film. He's 18 in that season though, right? Because he's only 20 now. So he was 18 during that 2019 season.
He's only 20?
Yeah. So, he's got room to grow. The hard part with him is that he didn't play last year. That's what the biggest issue, I think.
Huh.
If Lance's worst game is still better than Fields' worst game from 20, as bad as he was in that 2020 game against whoever it was.
Central Arkansas.
Yeah.
It was alarming, right? Because you won't see a game from Justin Fields like that.
Well, then you turn on the Northwestern and Indiana games.
Good point.
Those
games were awful.
Yeah, you turn on either of those games, or even turn on the national championship game. Turn on the national championship game, and he's got missed touchdown throw that we saw, in the Penn State game early on the left side. If you remember back to our film breakdown in that national championship game, he misses the tight end down the middle of the field wide open early in the game.
Yeah,
same type of thing. So
yeah. Well, I feel like I understand Justin Fields and Trey Lance better, and yet I feel like I have less of an understanding of who the Niners are going to take. I'm confused again.
Yeah, I agree with you. I lose you.
Sorry, I'm back. I don't know what's happening today, but I think that means it's time for the show to end. Zach and his name is not Zach Wilson. It's Jack Hammer. Jack Hammer and I are going to be back next week, probably doing more quarterbacks because it seems like that's the way to go. We'll hit some other positions at some point, I promise. But it's quarterback time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Your name is now Zach Wilson.